Welcome in. Today is Wednesday, December 17th, and last night the New York Knickerbockers did win the NBA Cup. We'll find out if it really mattered. Also, why the NBA least is not the East, and some trivia from Memphis J.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots.
This is Oops, Idiot Nation.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. Welcome back, sinners. This is Season 2 of Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome into Sports Idiot Nation. It is a Wednesday, and we're going to talk a little hoops. And Memphis J and I did not text each other. We are just of one mindset, rocking the Hoops Idiot Nation. You can find yours. Click the link below. Also, a ton of other shirts. T.I. has sold 800 or so of one shirt in particular. We all know how bad the Tennessee Titans are, as I am still... I knew that they were going to win by more than 10 points. I called my shot, and yes, it happened. But we're going to talk basketball. Memphis J, let's get into the NBA Cup, because we make fun of it. We don't pay attention to it really, but here's what I do like. I like that there were two really good teams. You cannot deny that the Spurs and the Knicks are healthy. They were two really good teams. It was a great game to watch. It got away from San Antonio in the fourth quarter a little bit. But so I will say it was competitive, and they were really trying. It was like the all-star game of the 80s where, when they tried. That's what this seemed like, is like it's a game that doesn't matter, but it does matter. And the Knicks acted like it mattered. What did you think? Standing up and yeah, it was cool.
Some of those bench guys getting a nice little extra paycheck around Christmas time helps them get their kiddos some nice gifts there. So not that they are struggling by any means, but
yeah.
Hey, extra money always helps everybody.
Here's what we need to talk. Here's what we need to talk about. I think Prime is absolutely crushing it with the NBA. I was a little bit leery of like, here come the streaming and like, what's that going to look like? And is it going to be hokey? Is it going to be, but when you bring in the star power of the Dirks and the Blake Griffins and Nash, and then on the commentators, you got Van Gundy, and you have guys that have done it before, and you introduce us to new people who are commentating like D Wade, and I think he's crushing it, and I'm pleasantly surprised. I gotta say, what Prime is doing. It's awesome. Oh yeah.
Oh man, his outfits, man. That man. Yeah, that man.
I couldn't make up anything. I was like, nobody's standing out to me, so I'm just gonna roll with it. But
yeah, and you mentioned
been really cool.
I was gonna say you mentioned the NBA on NBC. Peacock. Like, plus anytime you get to hear that John Tesh, I mean,
oh yeah,
once you get that intro,
yeah.
oh man, takes you back.
Yeah, absolutely it does.
But I
Very,
agree with
very.
you, Adam.
An NBC hat, and every time I wear it, that's all I can think of is the theme song all day long. Like,
John
Yeah.
Tesh, bro.
Adam, I agree with you. Prime's killing it. I think they do great with their football on Thursdays. It caught a lot of flack at first, but man, I think they're great. I
No,
think that the after show's
killing it.
great. I think the way they incorporate the human aspect of the commentators and the team, like they just do well. And yeah, I was the same way about the NBA. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, what I've got to see, I've been impressed. So I'm all for Prime to keep channeling forward with their sports coverage. I think they do a damn good job.
And here's what I like. I watched the NBA Cup, and what I did is I remembered this time to hit more when I pull it up, and it gives you that bird's eye view, like that NBA 2K, that video
cool.
game feel, that the way that Prime does with football, which I love. I love seeing. Oh my gosh, dude, you have to check this out. So Thursday night football is coming up, and it's going to be a really good matchup actually. So what you do is you hit the game, and then it'll say more, and then you can watch it in Spanish. I do recommend that because it's fun and wholesome. Funny.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes their commentators are more fun too, even if I don't
Goal,
understand it all.
touchdown! No, like Kansas City. But no, so then you hit the next one down, and it's like their Prime Vision, and they still have the same commentators, but every once in a while they'll have this other guy chime in and say, it'll say like the Chiefs are 10 for their last 24 on 3rd and 5 or less. So watch for the tight end here. Like it's just really cool. They have like the graphics. They show if someone is going to blitz. They have a ring around them that it shows like this guy has a more than 50% chance of blitzing. And then that's really cool. And then on the NBA side, they like, just like in 2K, if it's a 3-point shooter, like a good 3-point shooter, they show like a blue arrow going with the ball. And when the ball goes in, it's like, dude, it looks cool. And the way they break down like pick and roll with the ring around the player, and dude, it is just amazing. You have to highly recommend it. The camera angle is sick. It's how you would want to watch an NBA game. Back in the day, I get they didn't have drone type of angles and all that, and now they do, and they're taking advantage of it. And we, as the viewer, are just like, oh, like hallelujah! It's so good. So I watched the entire game, the NBA Cup, and I was impressed with how hard they were playing. I want to ask you this, Memphis J, about Wemby, because he's coming back from injury and he's not starting, and he's still producing. But do you think if they keep doing that his rhythm, because dude, coming off the bench and kind of getting in with part second group, part first group could matter? But are they going to take the approach where, look, as soon as he's fully healthy, he's not going to be on a pitch count? Or is this something that you think, they could end up doing for the next few weeks? He's not all the way healthy.
I don't know. These are all really good questions because I pay attention to stuff. I see who the high scorers are, but knowing he just came back, I wasn't even thinking about it from that angle. I would say one thing, it's probably smart on the coach's spot to keep him playing with everybody and keep everybody used to him being on the floor.
Right.
But also having a starting lineup that can survive if he does need a night off or if he's hurt again. Because I think you want to be really careful anytime with big guys if they start getting hurt over and over with stuff. Speaking of big guys, Edie back out for a minute. It's scary, They only have like.
When's he supposed to be back? What's going on there?
He came back and kind of re-aggravated something in his ankle.
Him and Ja Morant have an agreement. Every time Ja is out, ZD is healthy and Edie's healthy. When Edie gets hurt, Ja comes back. That's usually they can't be on the court at the same time together for some reason because they'd just be too potent. They have some kind of unsaid agreement, which is not sitting well with Grizzlies fans. But I did see Wemby coming off the bench. He's got his calf thing. I mean, I get it, obviously, because that's your pride and joy. That's your future there for many years to come.
You got to take care of him.
But as you all know, when you're coming off the bench, it's hard to get in rhythm. And especially if you're not playing with the same faces, you've got a different two guard out there or whatever instead of who you're used to.
Would the NBA Cup have ended different? Would the NBA Cup have ended different if he had started or if he'd gotten?
He had
more
18 and 6.
Minutes?
Yeah, because he had 18 and 6, and he played 24 minutes, and they were not going to let him play 25. Like, that was obvious. 18 and 6 and 24 minutes.
I don't think, as much as I love Cat, I don't think Cat would have been able to corral a healthy Wemby. So I think if
16
Wemby,
and 11.
Cat was
on
the
16
bench,
and 11.
part of it kind of injured. Either injured or saving some room for some time for the end. Cat was on the bench for part of the second or third, I feel like. I was watching part of it as I was getting things ready here.
Yeah.
It's been interesting. It was a good game. They have all been playing hard. I'll say even bigger than just tonight's game and the last, round of games. All of the teams were playing hard. The one thing I'll note as a Grizzlies fan, it sucks. This was the first time that just because of the way the cup format works, we actually had a winning record in the cup. We were 3-1, but we were out like 2 rounds ago just due to the point differential. I think we should have taken Phoenix Suns spot, and it might have been a little bit different, but that's just me being a Grizz fan. Phoenix has been playing well.
So we'll talk about the West, but let's go over the East.
Is, right? I forget.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's out at Phoenix. He's doing well. He's doing well. They like him out there a lot.
He's flopping. He's flopping all over the place, boys.
Hey, I saw him work LeBron James really well a couple of nights ago when I don't know what he said, but he rage baited him and just turned around and just had a regular face on, and Bron's like, like having a meltdown, like going to the refs, like pleading. And it was like, what?
That's what he does.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
What he does.
LeBron James went to the refs crying about something. I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, I've never. Unheard of.
Yeah.
So as we shift to the East, here's something I want to bring up. The Eastern Conference for, I don't know, maybe 50 years, the 8 seed has always been under 500 by like 1 or 2 games. It's like they just have never been a comparable team, really, when you look at the standings. And as of right now, the Miami Heat at 14 and 12 are actually the 9 seed. Now we know that they've shifted the playoffs, that they take is it 7, 8, 9, 10 have a chance. They have to have the play in. But the 10 team, the Bucks, they are 11 and 16. They are not. But the top 8 are definitely over 500, and even the 9th team, the Heat. So Heat at 9, it goes Heat, Hawks, Cavs, Sixers, Magic, Celtics, Raptors, Knicks, who won the cup, and your Detroit basketball. That is wild to me. They're 21 and 5.
Yeah,
I mean, Detroit was winning like 7, 8 games a year, and now they've only lost 5 games all year. That is, which is only 3 more than the Thunder. That's crazy. Yeah, it's unbelievable. We all liked Cade Cunningham. T.I., you liked Cade Cunningham coming out of college, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's lighting the league on fire, man. Lighting the league on fire, man. He's awesome. And it's good. I will say it's kind of like I said all last season. The Knicks were my pick to click, and I said, the NBA is just better when the Knicks are good. And I will say the same thing about the Pistons. The NBA is just better when the Pistons are good. I love seeing those old school teams that we grew up with watching, dominating, being relevant again. Give me a Final Four in the East of Detroit and the Celtics and the Knicks and maybe even the Bulls. Like, give me that. Give me that Final Four in the East. I would love that, And I mean, no offense to the Magic. Like, I like watching the Magic. They're were my pick to click this year. Of course, they've got our boy Bane there, who's chucking basketballs at people's heads for some reason. Just totally spazzed out that game.
Wow, no.
I will say, what did we call it? My pick to click. Was that what our picks we locked in?
Yeah.
The Knicks were my pick. So I fought on who to run with, but I went with how far they went into the playoffs last year. So I was
Mike Brown. Hey, Mike Brown can coach, bro. Like, this isn't his first rodeo, as they say.
Right.
I like him over there. So he's defensive minded.
Parity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Players like him.
Parity in the two leagues. That, like, honestly, the West is behind. I was looking at the numbers, and Memphis is in 9th, and they've got a losing record. They've got the flip flop. They've got like 12 wins, 14 losses in 9th place. So yeah,
let's shift to the West. Besides the Thunder, there's not much to say about the Thunder, dude. Like, they're 24-2. Cool. So, anyways, what, right? Like, what? I mean, come on, you guys. If you watch the games, like, they are rolling. But then you got. So here's how it goes. Starting the opposite way, we'll go first to 10th. So the Thunder, then the Nuggets, Lakers, Spurs, Rockets, Timberwolves, Suns, Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Jazz check in at 10 and 15. And honestly, there's nothing. Well, I'll say this. T.I., is there anything unexpected about what I just said? Anything jump out to you? Because it doesn't to me. Like, that's kind of what we expected.
I mean, we're used to the Nuggets. We know where the Thunder's at. The rest of the West is a mess. I mean, we used to always say the NBA, the NBA least. Talking about the East, and as Memphis Jay just pointed out, it's completely flipped. And in the beginning of the year, I mean, just look at Dallas. I mean, Dallas had so many high hopes, and just look, they're a wreck.
Okay.
How bad where are they at?
Cooper just dropped like 40 or something.
Yeah, he has been impressive. I'm glad to see him doing his thing.
I mean, he's got to be. Have anybody else. I mean, I know Clay's still there, but
Cam Spencer. He's been doing.
Oh yeah. Well, ever since
he might be leading the league in 3-pointers in some type of category.
I think he's leading the league. I think he's leading the league in 3-point percentage. I think, but ever since he dropped like 54 on that in one of the G League games on like 13 threes or something ridiculous, I was like, all right, hopefully Grizzlies can find a way to call this kid up. The Nuggets game.
Did y'all see the game? The Grizzlies, who were they playing? The Clippers.
Yeah, they played the
night before.
The Clippers. Clippers. That's right. Yeah. They played the Nuggets recently, but the Clippers. They trashed the Clippers a little bit too. Which of course, Clippers are kind of a mess.
And there was a point where he was running the other way, yelling at the Clippers bench, like, "Get this guy off of me! Like, he can't guard me!" Like, he had just hit his 6-3, and he was like. The only reason he finished 7 out of 10 was because he just started letting it go at the very end. Like, I'm going to put more on your head for talking. He was talking. It was fun.
He's a baller. I like seeing him, step up in Memphis because we're always looking for that next shooter. No pun intended there, Ja. But we are always looking for that next 3-point shooter, and we can't seem to get consistency. And I love Jaren Jackson to death, but that man does not need to be out there shooting threes as much as he does. He hits them with that awkward shot, and I got all the love in the world for him. But I want to see him in the post. I want to see him breaking ankles. I want to see him just dunking on people's heads. Let's let Cam Spencer drop those threes, So, I love his emergence. He's doing great. Hopefully the Grizzlies don't screw up and trade him. I mean, I don't blame him for trading Desmond Bane. I mean, Orlando gave the Grizzlies the house for that. I mean, you couldn't refuse that trade.
I think in a way we flipped it into Cedric Coward as well, and he's been doing really well for the Grizzlies too. He's been probably one of the gems of this last draft.
Absolutely.
He's really
he's
stood out on. He's been playing this whole season through, and I think he's had a couple of games where he was near the leading scorer or second, but he's been solid all around. Getting the work done that doesn't always show up. That's kind of what Cam Spencer is good at too, is getting getting some steals and some defensive plays. He's all over the place. But no, I agree with Ti. It's kind of what we knew was going to happen in the West. I think I thought the Suns would be either a little bit better or a little bit worse. I thought the Timberwolves would be a little bit better, but I think we're still early in the season on, injuries happening, seeing people that are still coming back from injury. Some teams are still just trying to hold on before just giving up. I don't think there's anybody in full tank mode right now. The Pelicans only have 5 wins in the West, and
they're a mess.
The Clippers and Kings are right there too.
They are a mess. Oh my gosh, they're a mess.
6, so,
but Zion's out because Zion's out. Shocker.
I'm totally shocked by that. Totally shocked.
Yeah, I'm shocked and appalled.
Yeah, I could set my watch to Zion being hurt.
What's caused the fall off with the Bucks? I wonder on. I keep up with a couple of teams, but
Giannis isn't Giannis hurt? Isn't he hurt, or is he back? I know for a while he was hurt.
He was. I think he's back.
I keep hearing he wants to be traded or something.
They're the 10 seed out east, technically.
Right.
I mean, I don't blame him. Wouldn't you want to be traded? Who wants to play in Milwaukee, man?
Yeah, he's given it his all. It's time for him to win maybe one more and cement himself. Right. So he wants to. I think we'll see.
They may also have been like, we're only gonna hire your brothers one more time, and then we're done with this. Like,
right. That's also a thing.
Yeah, guys that need to be on a move. Joel Embiid, Giannis, those guys need to be shipped somewhere where they can be utilized. I mean, Joel Embiid's got his own issues, but I just think Philly that ship is sailed. I think we even said it last year. Like while they can still get a lot for him, they need to move him because I don't think he wants to be there, man. And Giannis obviously the same way. And both those guys, when healthy, are top 10 players in the league. So we'd be interested. I mean, I know that they lost Dame Dash there, but I mean, he's
dumb to go back to Portland, which is a worse team. But so we talked about the West, and you talked about the Timberwolves and the Suns. They're 6th and 7th in the division, and get this: just before them, the Rockets at 16 and 7 with 7 losses. The Nuggets have 6 losses, and they're the 2 seed. So you're saying that the 2 seed has 6 losses, and they're the 2, and the 5 seed has 1 more loss. I mean, that's how we don't know how it's going to shake out. I mean, between the Spurs, Lakers, Nuggets, Rockets, Timberwolves, maybe they're 17 and 9. And those guys could get it together. Mm-hmm. They could go on a 8 to 10 game winning streak next month, and it wouldn't be all that shocking. So the West, although maybe not as strong as the East, they are all kind of bunched up at this beginning of the race kind of thing. We'll see who, emerges. We talked about the East usually having the 8th seed being under 500. The Warriors are the 8th seed, and they're 13 and 14. So it is literally flopped. But Steph's been hurt. I mean, that's a mess too.
I mean, as much as it makes me want to throw up, I feel in the end we're going to be. I mean, nothing against the Spurs. Spurs are great. I think the Spurs might be a year away from really taking that major leap, but with their young talent they have. But I think in the end we're going to see Lakers Thunders in the West for the finals. The West Finals is going to be Lakers Thunder. I just think so. I think prime Luka
I'm okay
right now.
With that. Would you be okay with that, or are you not feeling that? I mean,
no, I'd be fine with it, and I just think that in the end, we also could see Luka. Yeah, we also could see Luka winning the MVP. I mean, he's playing incredible.
I hate the Lakers.
Slim down.
I like Luka.
Yeah,
it's I'm in a tough situation now. I hate the Lakers. Like, it's something they've been one of those biggest market teams, won so many championships. I'm over here with a team that's never got a chip, and it's just kind of like the Lakers, like. Add the sound effect later.
And I have to hate LA. I have to hate LA. But imagine what Laker fans who hated LeBron, how they had to think. Like, they were LeBron haters. Then he came to your team, and then you guys won a championship. I mean, I get it's the bubble, but some team has to win it. There's 28 teams in the NBA or whatever. Someone has to win. So
And
if you're a Laker
four of them
fan
are in California.
yeah. So it's
Sure.
like if you're a Laker fan who hates LeBron, you're kind of like, all right, I guess I'm fine with it now. He's been there a lot now. When you look at his career, he's spent quite a bit of time there now in LA. So I don't know. I kind of agree with you as far as not being shocked at all if it ends up being LA and the Thunder. Um, it'll be interesting to see after the All-Star game is when we need to do another one of these episodes where we really check in and go over everything, because that will give us some more good info, I think, as far as teams that have some injured guys, getting them back, trades, the trade deadline. Does someone go on it? Does the Timberwolves go on a 10-game win streak next month? Does Denver start to what if so I'm look, if this happens, I'm going to get attacked, but what if Denver goes through injuries? If they lose their big guy for any amount of time, that could be obviously huge for
Oh yeah.
I mean, you just don't know
I
what's going to
mean,
happen.
you lose Joker, you lose the team.
Dude,
Like Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray ain't gonna
That's
carry
exactly
you.
what I
you know?
thought. That's exactly what I thought was like, man, I'm kind of after looking at it, I keep up with it and I see the Nuggets winning, but I was like, dang, how are they at the top of the, number
They
2
just beat
spot
Houston
there?
in overtime a couple days ago. What a
Right.
good game. Went to
Houston has been
overtime against
impressive.
Houston. Yeah, that game was a good basketball game. It was just fun to watch.
Right.
But and the Nuggets are fun to watch. They just are. Like with Joker running the point center. Which I was gonna say you don't see that, but here comes Wemby, and sometimes he does it too. So it's like
Right.
those are two different body types too. So
Definitely.
it's
Remember,
just weird.
remember a couple of times back in the day when Shaq would be running point, and he'd be like, everybody would be like getting out of his way, like, oh man, I am not about to be trucked by this
Orlando,
dude.
dude.
Yeah.
Orlando
monster,
Shaq was
man.
a different kind of beast, man, with breaking the
Oh my
rims and
God.
stuff.
And early Lakers Shaq as well. I mean, he
Yeah.
was just, it did some of his numbers. You go back and look at some of his numbers, his box scores. They're like video game numbers. It's like
37
46
points, 20 rebounds, or
40 points, 25 rebounds, 12 blocks,
Shaq
9
that
assists.
like second year after
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway joined him and he started
Oh,
getting
God.
like every time he held his hand up the ball came,
Yeah.
situation. That was
Yeah, it was like
was my favorite
like a
time
magnet.
of the NBA other than the Jordan, different eras there. I was a
Right
big
before
Penny
that,
Hardaway
yeah.
fan. He's part of the reason why I'm a big basketball fan in general, was being a fan of Memphis, and Penny Hardaway took the cake for a while in Memphis on basketball. Still is,
Yeah.
compelling enough to be a coach. I don't know if it'll last forever unless he gets back to winning.
But it's
But
cool to
even
see,
an
though.
NBA guy,
It's cool that he's there.
I think that if I was the school, I would keep him as long as it was worth it financially and you were doing decent, because I think in the NIL world, at least he's got more than just money. You're going to be dealing with an NBA, like would have been one of the greatest in
Superstar.
the NBA, superstars at
And
his
he
level.
was a superstar.
He was. But yeah, it was fun watching some of the craziness. That was in ways the Rockets now remind me of some of those old teams where you've got some of the like the Nuggets as well, some European players that are really just in their body in the game and playing old man style. I love when I get away with old man moves at the gym when it's just like, yeah, no, this
The
is
up and
just,
unders.
you got to
The
learn
up and
basketball,
unders.
dude.
The
Right.
up and unders. The Barkley up and unders. So I want to get you out of here on this, Memphis J, because I was just scrolling the other day, came across a video of you singing and playing guitar, if I'm not mistaken. Can you walk me through that?
Yeah, I don't post myself playing the guitar as much. I do post myself playing the piano sometimes in my stories, but no, I actually I used to do. Sometimes we talk about we used to do music with T.I. doing music back in the day on a hip hop level, and I still do that. I still DJ as well, but my original instrument was guitar. I play piano more now, but I don't get into reminiscing on my glory days that much. But I do have two songs that are available out there under the name Memphis J. I have a couple more originals that I should have had time and recorded and released already, but with kids and life, it hasn't been the top priority to get there, and I don't like doing anything half-assed. So I kind of want to settle down and be able to focus on that again at some point. But no, I really love playing. I've been trying to make myself sit down at the piano and play because I've been really focused on basketball for the last couple of years, getting back into shape and trying to be able to run and play with some of these guys. But I really love sitting down to a piano and just being able to play. I've been playing Christmas music, which is not normal for me. I don't dislike Christmas music, but like I've never wanted to play a lot of it or like record it. I always feel like it's kind of cheesy when artists are like, you got to drop the obligatory.
But when you have a family with kids, I mean,
right?
That's never.
I know. I have to admit it. I was standing in the garage as I was cleaning up and doing stuff, and I was like, I guess if like I recorded 3 or 4 or 5 of my favorite Christmas songs, and then pulled the vocals away, I could also release an instrumentals version of these. And some people might want to hear it if I was just playing more piano, but now we need Music Idiot Nation over here. I guess.
Yeah, no,
well,
I was just curious.
This is part of the pop culture.
We got rock. We got Rock Idiot Nation. Josh Toomey is just a little busy right now, but he's still he's fully still on board with it. He's on the road with Primer 55 and living the rock star life right now. So he's got a lot going on. He just acquired Music Nexus, and so he's relaunching that. So he's got a lot going on. So I told him, I was like, hey, just focus on what pays your bills, and we will.
That's where I am with music. I do it for the love. Still, I enjoy playing. I think the night I recorded the guitar thing, there's a song that I used to sing, a Jerry Jeff Walker song that I used to sing to both of my boys when they were little, when I was like putting them to bed at night. And so sometimes the 4-year-old will still say, "Will you sing, baby child?" And I'm like, okay, I'll sing that. So that's not the name of the song, but that's what they call it because that's the first words of the song. Quiet Faith of Man, if anybody wants to check it out. It's a really beautiful number. I don't know if Jerry Jeff Walker wrote it. I feel like he didn't write it, but he wrote a lot of his own songs. If you don't know Jerry Jeff Walker, he's worth a trip down some Texas country awesomeness. He's bigger than just country music, though. He's got a lot of influences in there. He played in New Orleans, has a lot of jazz and kind of Americana in his music too, as well as some like Spanish influences. So he's one of my favorite singer-songwriters. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I just was kind of curious. I was scrolling. I was like, oh, that's something different that I haven't seen from you. So yeah,
I got the guitars in the back all the time, like our ukuleles and stuff. A lot of people just give me instruments. I play a lot of different stuff, but I kind of quit playing live years ago just due to the stress of it. Every time I book something, I get stressed wanting to really rock it out, and deliver it right. So.
Yeah, people don't know how stressful it is to put on a damn show, especially if you have multiple artists.
Art, you're really putting yourself out there, I most of the time whatever I post in the stories is just kind of me practicing, and I'm like, I'm gonna throw the phone up for a minute if I don't need it to understand my chords or whatever.
Yeah. Well, look forward to seeing a little bit more. That's pretty cool. Remember, new episodes of Sports Idiot Nation come to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which means we will see you Friday. Thank you for watching this episode of Sports Idiot Nation. Remember, we are on all social media and on YouTube, and the podcast can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Remember, new episodes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And remember, because you watch Sports Idiot Nation,
you would be the smartest idiot in the whole world.